this has been quite the week, y'all, quite the week. And one producer has crossed over into the artist realm, if I may say, or now he's a producer stroke artist, and I'm talking about the one and only Sedo. If you've heard some of his jams, yeah, I feel like every producer has their signature, and Sedo's signature has always been Sedo. Yeah. So yeah, Sedo dropped his album this week, and the name of the album is Jose.
Yeah, the name of the album is Seduction.
Exactly.
And, you know, vile tu tumesema Sedo, $1 Million Dreams.
I may add to your Seduction.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now he's crossed over from being a producer only to now being a producer and artist. He's still going to be producing jams, so just in case you're thinking about going to him, Usiache, he's still your guy. But of course, I think at this point right now, he's going to also be focusing on himself. The album dropped on Thursday and went live on Friday, if I'm not wrong. And it's available on all digital platforms. He's done quite the collabos. You heard Barnaba here just talk about it. There was Nyashinsky. Barnaba himself was there. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. I think it's always interesting to hear this guy's brains, quote unquote, in someone else's jam. But now I can't wait to hear what he has produced for himself, you know. I don't know what you guys have to say about this. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so, you know, one thing about Sedo, you know, for me, he's a very, very chilled person. I've had an interaction with him once, and he's very laid back. And for him to actually, you know, now, you know, the poster was out, Seduction is going live, you know, they have a new album coming out, and, you know, the likes of Nyashinsky going out just to support him is really amazing. Because unapata maybe Aziza for example ni msanii na mimi ni producer wake, maybe akiwa msanii na mimi nianze kufanya ngoma, maybe Aziz might end up feeling maybe threatened, is like ayu sasa amekuja kwa game yetu ni nini. But for Zed to show up in my own gig, for me to launch my own album is actually a good thing. Absolutely. You know, that was the biggest takeout. And all the best to Sedo, and also big shout out to MQS Entertainment, was also my support you know, Sedo, and also our brother from TZ, he was right here. And the same thing. So big shout out to him, and we wish him well. And I can't wait to actually listen to the whole album. And yeah, now my samani music here, you know, kita kuchill, ukiwa na stress. You know, there's so much going on right now. So that's good music for, you know, people. You
know, something else that stands out for me, Jose. This guy collaborated with 31 artists.
Whoa.
31. Like
that
the album
phenomenal.
is, the album is like 15 tracks, and he's collaborated with 31. I mean, this just goes to show that he's grown his networks over time. You know, 31 artists in one album.
Congratulations.
Sedo. Yeah. Now moving on, let's talk about art that speaks into the current situation. You know, I'm talking about the one and only Khaligraph.
Hey. What?
Khaligraph Jones. I'm talking about the one and only Khaligraph Jones. Now, this week he dropped a track that was just speaking into the current political state of the nation, and I thought that was pretty cool. You know. It's just that there's been silence, so we don't know what people are thinking, but we know people are hurting, you know? And so Khaligraph decided to use his skill, his art, to speak into the current situation. I mean, there couldn't be any greater thing to do in this situation than that. So I personally, Khaligraph, you remain to be the OG, man. For these moves, I applaud you. Not many artists have come out to call things as they are, but you have, and for that we salute you.
I totally applaud Khaligraph Jones, and being one of his biggest fans, I believe he's one person who's very strategic with what he does. Let's accept the fact that we are Kenyans and we are human beings at the end of the day, and as much as people are public figures, they still have opinions. They still have the right to support whoever they want to support, and I listened to the freestyle that he did directing at the President-elect William Ruto, and also talking about the other side, because I mean, both the Kenya Kwanza and the Azimio camp walikuwa na supporters, and obviously when you lose, utahat. And it's obviously really good when you see your friends hurting, when you see your neighbors hurting, to want to come together. And his option, or rather his opinion was, oh yeah, we totally applaud you, you're a man of God, and we appreciate the fact that you made it, and you've proven to a lot of people that you can be able to make it from nothing to something. But tungependa tu shika brother yako mkono na tuonyeshe kwamba Kenya ni bigger than anyone else. But at the end of the day, I'd also applaud Kenyans because we've shown a lot of maturity during this election.
We really have. Yeah, so that jam is on his Instagram. You can go ahead and listen to it. I believe it should be the topmost thing you see on his grid. But other than that, Khaligraph Jones, we salute you, man, and thank you, you know. Thank you for taking that one for the artists in the country. Now, moving on to a subject that has caused quite the stir for both the good and the bad. The Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, rested. She passed away on Thursday. in Scotland, in her palace in Scotland. And yeah, so turns out she passed away at 3 p.m. but the news was being broken a little later, which happens with royals. You know, they don't just go ahead and just break the info right away. It takes time, you know, I think because of strategy and all that. And her code word this time was London Bridge has fallen. So yeah, but I think the thing about the passing on of Queen Elizabeth is it's caused quite a stir, especially among African countries. There's been quite the back and forth between Irish Twitter, Black Twitter, you know, and of course England as a whole that is in mourning. But, you know, for us, we will just pay our respects. We send our condolences to the family. But, yeah, I don't know what you guys think. It's been quite the controversial topic this week. I think it's still going on Twitter as we speak because there are two separate...
split sides.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, you know, just a backstory, yeah? Being a student of history, you know, it's quite significant for Kenya, especially because, you know, she was crowned queen in Kenya in 1952, right? You know, she was in Kenya for a royal tour, and then she went to the treetops in Aberdares in Nyeri, and then, you know, she went up a princess and came down a queen. So that's one, you know, big thing, you know, that we take pride in. And, you know, moving again, but now being a student of history, I repeat again, there was the whole colonialism thing going on. So I tend to feel like maybe at the time she would have been able to spearhead for, you know, Kenya to get independence in a, you know, faster before like 1963. But at the same time, those are just my comments as Joseph. And I feel like she would have done better, and also in acknowledging that, you know, we are sorry, maybe these particular things happened, being the queen in her capacity. But since she never did that for me, I don't think, you know, rest in peace, but it's not really so personal for me.
I think for me, I'd just like to reserve my comments and just pass my condolences just as that. In the case that I ever want to go to the UK, I still need my visa though.
Mi ndasema kama Jose, as a student of history, yes, my condolences as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Just that.
Well,
just that. Wisdom, yeah. So she was, just in case you don't know, quick history lesson, because now we are all students of history. She was queen for 70 years. She became queen when she was 25, and she reigned for 70 good years. She died at the age of 96, and she was the head of 54 Commonwealth countries at the time of her death. So. And
also flags will be flying half-mast from yesterday.
Yes. As a country, we are also in mourning.
Till Monday,
yes. Mourning for 3 days, I believe. So in Amalizo Monday. So yeah. And last but not least, drum rolls, everybody. Our girl Aziza has been nominated for 2 different awards. I'm not even gonna, you know, because we have the host right here. We're gonna hear from the host's mouth. Aziza, I'm gonna throw it to you, girl.
Thank you so much. So nimekuja hapa na manifesto yangu. Ninataka munipigie kura kwa chama cha Aziza Party. Anyway, I'm joking. I have been offered the privilege of being nominated in 2 different countries, in 2 different huge awards. One is in Zambia, and it's called the Zikomo Awards. And the categories that I have been nominated in is Best TV Personality of the Year and Best Radio Personality of the Year in Africa. So I'd really appreciate your votes. Where to vote for this particular award is www.zikomoawards.com, and help your girl bring this home, bana. I mean, dance classes, so how about you show me some love, and you can vote as many times as possible in a day, every single day until the 15th of October. And the other award is in Nigeria, where I have been nominated as well for the Africa Choice Awards as the on-air personality of 2022. Mimi wanaangalia wasi wengine wamenominatwa kwa hii category yenyewe mpaka na feel we, lakini you know, I know you got me, I know you will support me, and I would really appreciate that. For this particular award, unaweza enda kwenye Instagram at Africa Choice Awards. Check out the link in their bio. It's very long for me to cram, but unaweza iangalia pale, and I'd really appreciate your vote. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You know, just to add on that briefly, is that ikifika ni time yako ya kuwin, hata watu waseme nini, sajani yule, you know, mwenye anakubariki, mwenye anabariki
aida. Sagogda.
What?
Sagogda. Tezo.
All right.
T for ta. Yeah. So Aziza,
so make sure you vote, guys.
All the very best, my girl. Tunamwaga kura zetu, tunaingia tunaleta na lori. If you know, you know. Yeah. That's it for me. My name is Akemewe. Let's do this again next week, same time, same place.
Peace. Adios.